Hey guys, it's Brian from Weird World War II. Mel's cat again. Damn cat. Get out of here! Alright, so today I'm surfing the web like I do on the interweb and the information superhighway and plugging in all my go-tos on YouTube. And I discovered that there's a bunch of videos about I'm a wargamer. And I guess it's a bunch of, it's the community, it's mostly painters, I think, that are been doing it forever, right? And I guess it's a couple questions to see how they got into biz, see why they started a YouTube channel, and then some tips. Well, you know what? I'm new to this YouTube thing, but you know, I'm watching some of these guys, and they're like, "Oh, my first game was Warhammer 5th edition or Warhammer." I'm like, "What?" I was playing like Avalon Hill back in the late 70s and the early 80s. So I found some of the old timers there, and I was like resonating there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna say something to how I became a wargamer. Now, I wasn't invited. I think there's rules, but you know what? I'm weirdo, and I don't give a damn, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm a wargamer, okay? So the first question is, how did you become a wargamer? Well, when I was a kid, a little shite, and you know, it's kind of hard to believe that I was ever little, but I was at one time, sons of bitches. Trust me, I was. Anyway, when I was a kid, I had two older brothers, right? So, man, we were playing board games since I was born, me and the family. And then me and my brothers started playing all those Avalon Hill, bookshelf games. The Civil War and the World War IIs and all that great stuff. And then I was big into Army Men. So my brothers, being older than me, they had all the old 60s Marks toys, like the Guns of Navarone playset and the Battleground playset. So we had tons of like Army Men laying around the house. And we used to war game with Lincoln Logs. Everybody remember Lincoln Logs, right? We used to make catapults out of Lincoln Logs and sail them over to each other's armies and knock down our stuff. And then in the late 70s, my brothers got into D&D. Now, D&D was way over my head. I was born in 73, so it was pretty hardcore for me to understand. But I like the cheesy pictures, and they helped me play. So I started playing D&D with my brothers. And then, but still, I was an avid, Army Man guy. And then when like G.I. Joe hit, holy shit, I was a G.I. Joe nut. So I was playing Army Men with G.I. Joes. And I was still playing with my Marks figures, and then the 172 or the 176 little bendy, like that you get at the hobby place. I was a big hobby guy. I was building tanks, making dioramas, and all that fun stuff. So, but then I got into, my brothers, we all got degrees in history. And my brother John was a big Civil War dude, and he had a buddy that had like a couple Civil War armies, and they brought it to the house one day, and they played. I'm like, what is this? And I was hooked, totally hooked. So a lot of the games back then were, remember the old books, the black and white little rule books that were like, 20 pages long, and they're about, this big. It was. And you bought the minis and the catalogs at the hobby store, if you were lucky to have a hobby store in town. And all the pictures were just like either Xerox photographs of the minis, or like someone drew like the outlines of the minis, which were freaking awesome. There was nothing better than looking at a gaming catalog in the 80s, because it was just awesome. Tons of stuff. But anyway, so well, fast forward a little bit, I got into the G.I. Joe craze, and I was a big comic book nut. Holy cow, I was a huge comic freak. So my wargaming kind of waned a little bit, and my role-playing waned a little bit. And then, when I was 15 years old, I got my first, official job. I worked at Lone Star Comics in Arlington, Texas. I was, in charge of their baseball cards. I was starting up their baseball card section of their store. And my brothers collected baseball cards, but I wasn't a big baseball guy, but I knew about them. So I got a part-time job there. I was working on the weekends. And dude, in junior high, working at a comic shop, I was fucking God. It was awesome. But when I was there, 40K hit really big. Like the the Rhino double box set and the Land Raider double box set and the classic Marine box set and the Space Orc box set. That stuff hit when I was working there, and I had a discount. So there you go. I'm a 40K player. Just at a discount. It was awesome. So started wargaming in the classic GW style. I started playing Rogue Trader. Loved Rogue Trader. I loved it because it mixed both. It was like a role playing and a war game, which was awesome. So I dug it big time. Played the hell out of that. So during that time frame, I was playing Rogue Trader like every weekend, and every weekend I was playing Twilight 2000. Oh my God, man, we were like nuts for Twilight 2000. It was like Red Dawn every weekend. It was fantastic. We were like fighting over Six Flags, and we were like fighting to protect like our girlfriends from junior high and stuff, and we like blew up the school like 100 times. Oh man, we got caught one. We found the blueprints of the school once, and we put it out at school. We were making like booby traps, and like so when the Cubans or the Russians came in trying to find us, they'd blow up. Man, if a teacher saw that nowadays, we'd be arrested. But back then, when the teacher found us doing it, he just said, "Be cool." It was awesome. Different time. But so I was a big 40K gamer, and then second edition 40K hit, and I wasn't really a big fan of it. It wasn't much role playing anymore. It was too structured. It was getting away from the grimness and the darkness of Warhammer. It just seemed to lose something, and I was done with 40K before 3rd edition hit. I had the Eldar army. I had Imperial Space Marines. I had Imperial Army. Man, I had the old armor cast Warhammer. Anyway, I was a nut, and I actually had one of the armor. Anyway, we won't get into that crazy. But anyway, I never had a lot of money, so when I wasn't playing with something, I usually sold it. So I sold all my stuff, and I think I got into comics. So comics really took and then girls, comics and girls. So I kind of my wargaming kind of waned for a while when I was in late high school and early college. But I was still playing D&D and Twilight 2000 on and off, but wargaming I wasn't. And then I think it was the mid 90s. I stumbled across some guys playing at the Lone Star. They were playing Easy 8's Battleground World War II. And holy shit, I had never seen 28mm World War II on a tabletop. And I was freaking hooked. I was hooked instantly. I went out and I bought a couple armies. And I started World War II gaming with Easy 8's Battleground World War II. And I freaking love the system. I love it. It was a fantastic system. A lot of people didn't like it because it was like rule heavy. Give them to me. Give me them rules. I love it. I'm not a quick, it's easy. Something's dead, take it off the board. I'm like, I want to see bodies littered on the battlefield and burning hulks you hiding behind. I want to see all that stuff in the game. But anyway, so I really got into that. And then graduated college. I was working, and I was playing that World War II stuff. And then Easy 8 went up. There's a weird story about Easy 8. Never got the real story behind it, but they stopped doing anything for the game. So the game pretty much died. But I tell you, I hooked onto it and I kept playing. And I'm a weirdo, as you can tell by my videos. I'm big into pulp and grindhouse and porn and sci-fi and all just crazy shit. So I started to play that kind of stuff in my World War II. So I started fighting Nazi zombies before freaking Nazi zombies were even a thing. I was playing Captain America was fighting with my troops and all that stuff. So I've been in this weird World War II for a long freaking time. And then I got hitched when I was about 30. I was a late bloomer. I didn't get hitched until I was ready to get hitched. So I got hitched about when I was 30. I had kids right off the bat. And my wargaming waned again. And my son developed a terminal illness. So I ended up having to quit my job and become a Mr. Mom, Dad. and I worked from home. But at that time, I opened up my miniature company, What the Miniatures. I'm sure some of you guys might remember that. I made just some weird war, like rarity minis. I made a Captain America and Bucky set, which were freaking awesome. Oh man, Aaron Brown from Black Crab Studios, freaking awesome sculptor. So if you're looking for minis to get sculpted, go to Aaron. He's freaking awesome. Okay, and then I was like the first guy to ever do any American zombies. I did a pack of U.S. airborne zombies, which are pretty sweet. I did some German zombies. I did a Red Skull. I did a Wonder Woman during like World War II era Wonder Woman. Great time. But I ended up selling that about 5 years after I opened it to a buddy of mine, Mark Mahan. He bought that from me, and he's running What the Miniatures now. And I just became a caregiver. But all at this time, I started my WeirdWorldWar2.com. So go to that, WeirdWorldWar2.com, WWII.com. I've been on it for like 10 years. It's like a 10-year-old blog. And it's like everything Weird War. Games, movies, comics, porn, books, whatever. Anything Weird War, boom, it's in there. So I was doing that to keep me busy, keep my brain going, and taking care of my kiddos. And not too long ago, now, I've been watching you YouTubers having your fun on YouTube for so long. I've been making battle reports on my blog for a long time. But, people are getting away from their blogs and they're doing vlogs and they're doing their tweets and their Twitters and their birds and their dweepers. I don't know. But YouTube, people are making battle reports on YouTube, and I thought that was fucking awesome. So I'm like, man, I've been playing these games for so long. And, I've been going the convention circuit for, a decade, too. I go to the cons, play the games. Everybody have a great time, playing the Weird War stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do stuff online so people, can see the weirdness that is Weird World War II. So I started this up just like 2 months ago. So I'm totally new to this YouTube thing. And I dig it. There's a cool community. I'm not in with the community because I'm a new guy and I'm pretty fringe, Weird World War II. Everybody's playing their 40Ks and their Age of Sigmars and their Flames of War, which is cool. I'm a big gamer. I'm a gaming slut, so I love all games. I play them, but again, I'm not a rich man, so I got to pick and choose what I play. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start making stuff that I want to make. So I'm starting my Weird World War II campaign. So we started that, I think, last month. So we're only on mission number 2. So if you haven't seen them, watch them. They're freaking awesome. And we're going to continue on until it's a Weird War timeline. So all sorts of crazy shit's going to happen. But that's how I became a gamer. I was a toy guy, and then a modeler, and then I was a bookshelf Avalon Hill gamer. And then I got into, of course, video games. I never was a big video game guy. I was a big, gotta hold the stuff. Pow, pew, 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 pew. That was the shit. Gotta see the stuff on the board and feel it and knock it over. But I think that's about how I got. And then I'm still going strong. I'm with here in my El Casa. And I got my 2 little ones. I'm a single dad, and I'm trying to do this Warhammer thing, or this Wargaming thing for the YouTube, for all you guys to check out. So I hope you dig it. But okay, so that was the first question: why I was a Wargamer and how I became one. So that was the first question. The second question is, why did I start YouTube? I think I talked about that. I said everybody was making cool videos, and I'm like, man, I could do that. I got the toys. I got the tools. I don't have the tools, but I had the talent and the toys. But I didn't have the tools, so I picked up one of those. I'm an editor now. Sweet. But I do it all myself. I'm just this one-man show. And it's a lot of fun. I'm talking to these. I'm really big fans of the Tabletop Battle guys, the Norwegian dudes. They're so funny. Svein and Martin, I love those dudes. They're hilarious. Remind me of a bunch of my bros, growing up in the hobby, man. Just tight, making fun of each other. I love it. They're great. Watch them. Tabletop Battles. They're fantastic. Svein and Martin, when they're fighting, it's hilarious. And Svein, when he goes, no, Anyway, classic. Those guys are fantastic. Go check them out. But I think YouTube is a great platform for people just to, express yourselves in your gaming. I think it's fantastic. I've never been a tournament kind of guy, never been a points player. I just like grab some armies, let's throw down. It doesn't have to be even. Let's just fight it out and have a good time. And I just want you guys in YouTube to check out my stuff. See if it's cool or not. Let me know. If it's not, shut up. Anyway, so that's the second question. So the third question is advice on a YouTube channel. Man, I'm telling you, I'm 2 months into this. So the only advice I can do is do it. Just do it. I mean, there's free software, free editing software, and that shit is easy. I mean, I graduated high school in 91 and college in 8 years after that. Do the math. I'm a history major. I'm not a math major. Anyway, just do it. Play with your toys. Video your kids playing toys. It's fantastic. Or you and your girl, or you and your buddies getting shit-faced, throwing dice. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. It's cool to let people see how you play. So do it. Just do it. If you're going to make money, I don't know. All the cool kids, man, I'm seeing these 40K guys that are making, that they quit their jobs to play 40K. Shit, that's a dream. But they got some high-end, man, I'm winging it here, and I'm having a fantastic time. I'm not going to see any money, but I'm not doing it to make any money. I'm doing it to show my story in my weird world and hope you dig it. So my advice as a brand new YouTuber is go out there. Just do it. Just make a fucking video, throw some dice, be funny, or don't be funny. And move your camera around. Don't stick it on a tripod and just play in front of it. I hate that shit. I mean, get around, show the dice. Look at your friends, laughing at you and stuff. Don't sit there and have a tripod looking down a big hole, and then that sucks. That ain't no good. In my opinion. If you do that, if you're a YouTuber and do that, whatever. It's your cool. It's your style. But it's just not my thing. It doesn't seem fun. You're just sitting there, you're watching two dudes push stuff around. Anyway. But, do it. Just start a page or start a channel and have fun. You're not going to make any damn money at it. But if you do, bonus, right? All right, so, again, I wasn't invited to do this. I'm just doing it. I'm totally roguing it. I'm just boom, I'm coming in here, boy, and giving my opinion. But anyway, so I am gonna give some shout outs to a couple folks to do the same thing. Now, I talked about them earlier. Svein and Martin from Tabletop Battles. Tell us why you're wargamers, okay? I know you guys are crazy. I know you guys have funny stories, so let's hear it. And then Dave and Max. Congratulations, Dave. Max is a brand new wargamer. Tell us how you guys got involved with Pulp City. Dave is the mastermind behind Pulp Alley. Excuse me, I said Pulp City, not Pulp City. Pulp Alley. Okay? Dave, check that. I want to hear you out, man. You started a biz, man. You got some cool toys and got some cool imagination. You should tell us about it, how you got there. All right? So that is my video about why I'm a wargamer and how I'm a wargamer. I've been in the business. I own a miniatures company. I had a fantastic time. Met a lot of great people. Did the convention circuit for a while. Fantastic folks. It's a lot of fun. And my life isn't that fun, man. It's serious here 24/7 with a sick kid. And this hobby has really kept me. I've had to been the strong one for a long time for a lot of people. And this hobby has really kept me grounded and kept me my thing that I could do, as I gave so much. Never asked anything in return because I love them. I love my family and I love the people that I love, and I'm all giving. But when you give a lot, you get really thin. Not the real thin, because I ain't thin, but you know what I mean. But this hobby, it just keeps you. It's something fun. It's something to do. So if you're passionate about it, then just make a video, man. Throw it up there for the rest of us to check out, make fun of, or tell it how cool it is. It's all in good fun, man. All right. So anyway, again, this is Brian from WeirdWorldWar2.com and WeirdWorldWar2 YouTube channel.com. or whatever it is. Okay. Definitely, again, I'm shooting out a challenge to Svein and Martin from Tabletop Battle and Dave and Little Max from Pulp Alley. Tell us tell us about your games and how you got into it. All right. Well, it's Friday, and that's Pizza Friday, and my kids are off screen drooling. They look like a giant cheeseburger or a giant pizza. They're like, okay, kids, hold on, jeez. All right, guys. But anyway, I had a great time. I'm roguing this in here, and not being invited to do it, I'm doing it anyway, and I'm throwing out some invites to some other folks to spread the chain and get us all, because I want to hear, because it's cool. A lot of us started the same way, and we have a lot in common for the people who are in this hobby. So it's pretty cool. It's a big family. So anyway, you guys be good out there. Be safe, be healthy, and whatever you do, keep it weird. See you later.